Okay. Just give everyone a second to hop in here. Hey, Oreo. What are you doing? Well, you know, I'm going to leave these unbuttoned here. We're going to do a little practice session today. Little World is Waiting on Sunrise. This is a old jazz tune / classic rock or whatever. I don't know who wrote it. It's got this really fun little chord progression. I worked on a little bit in the last live stream. It goes something like this. It goes. Yeah, so that's like the chord progression. Hey, Ewan, and hey, Zanglin Fury. I assume that's how you pronounce that. I'm going to be working on The World is Waiting on Sunrise. I would normally be doing a lesson right now, but I had a bit of a no-show. Just late. Usually, if I have a student that's like 15 minutes late, I just reschedule them to the next week or whenever's a good time for them, because there's not enough time to do a full lesson if you're more than 15 minutes late, because I do 1 hour slots. The lessons are 45 minutes long, and it gives me 15 minutes between each one to like prep for the next lesson. And so if you're 15 minutes late, like I got no time, so I just have to reschedule. So let's go ahead and get into it here with a little bit of The World is Waiting on Sunrise. So we're going in the key of C. It's like this. Man, lost my place. Like I need to slow it down a little bit. Let me take that from the top. I'm going to slow it down. How's it go? Full speed is like. Let's see what everyone's here saying. Buddy Holly says, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Well, hey, buddy. How are you doing? Let's see. And let's see. 50-50 says, hey, yo. Hey, yo, right back to you. That's that one part. That's tricky. This part's easy. Ask away. Trying to keep up on the bass. Well, man, you might have a bit of a hard time because I'm not keeping good timing right now. I'm just practicing this song. I'm trying to slow it down to where I can get smooth, though. I'm in key of C. That's something like that. Let's see. 50-50 says, when I made the video of the dobro break for Ruben, how did I make the banjo sound so powerful? It's just like, a lot of it's just like how you pick. I picked a little harder, played a little closer to the bridge, get a little more twangy sound. So. So it's like a dobro break where it goes like, if I was to like go soft on it, you know, obviously like the high break, the banjo goes like this. If I was to do the dobro break like that, it sounds like this. And so if you get a little closer to the bridge, you get a little more twang to it. Go, which I just took my banjo out to it. I moved my bridge on accident. This banjo, one thing I need to adjust the tailpiece on this to get some more downward pressure on this bridge because this bridge moves way too easy. I've I've moved about 4 times today, and usually it's not a problem. Yeah, it's like, just play a little closer to the bridge. Oops. I haven't done that for in a while. Yeah, so. Something like that. Yeah, just like close to that bridge. Let's see here. We have a request for Little Georgia Rose. I'm out of tune here where my bridge scooted. That's annoying. I'm going to have to like bring this tailpiece down where it's putting more pressure on this bridge so it doesn't scoot so easily. So I usually do not have that problem. Let's see here. Bring up my tuner. Down flat. I'm sharp now, I believe. Yeah, I'm just a little sharp. How's Little Georgia Rose go? It goes, now come and listen to my story. A story that I know is true. A little rose bloomed in Georgia with hair of gold and heart so true. Way down in the Blue Ridge Mountain, way down where the tall pines grow. Sort of 6 grow. Lives my sweetheart on the mountain. She's a Little Georgia Rose. Oh, I'm out of tune. Still out of tune a little bit. All right, let's do this again. Alright, I'm out of tune again. Yeah. Now come and listen to my story. A story that I know is true. I'd have to do that capoed up. I don't know all the words to it, but let's try it in B. We'll see what it sounds like in B. Now come and listen to my story. A story that I know is true. A little rose bloomed in Georgia with her gold and a heart so true. Way down in the Blue Ridge Mountain, way down where tall pines grow. Lives my sweetheart on the mountain. She's my little Georgia Rose. There we go. Let's see here. Okay, chat's going wild on me here. Okay. Let's see. Scroll back here. Little Georgia Rose. Mason Crone asks, "What's up, John?" Not much. Just wrapped up some lessons and doing a little picking. Let's see. It looks like it's like, because that's actually an inside door. It's like a French door. There's a hall light. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and do because that's probably. I'm gonna cut that light off real quick here. Yeah, that kind of makes it look like it's daylight out, but that's really just it's a little French door. I close that to keep the noise down in the rest of the house. Banjo in the Hollow, buddy. Holly asks. I'm a little bit behind. Banjo in the Hollow is a good one. Let me get that one. Get tuned up. All right, Banjo in the Hollow. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Let's see, that's a good simple one there. Let's see. I think it was a banjo lessons or something. Maybe. Let's see. May have been. Let's see. Lena Kingsley says, "Howdy, howdy." Well, howdy, howdy, right back to you. All righty. Event scheduled. Let's see here. Let me check here, make sure I don't have a double booking here. I just had someone sign up for a lesson named Connor. I've got a student named Connor already. I want to make sure it's not different. I've had a few different Connors here. So that's Deadeye. All right, yeah, that's all right. They're good. So 17th. Yep. Okay. So they're good there. All right. Let's see. Always hustling the lessons. Let's see here. But let's see. Nick 140 says, "Hi John from London. I bought a banjo about 3 months ago. Absolutely zero idea what I'm doing, but managed to tune it following your instructions on an earlier video. So, progress. Yeah. Man, my videos are like way too long-winded sometimes. I'm really bad about that. I need to learn how to not be so long-winded. But I've tried to be a little better about that in my newer videos. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. 50-50 says, I see it's probably. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, depending on your banjo, if you've if you got more of a beginnerish banjo, I mean, banjos are loud. Even like your like tone ring banjos, they're loud. If that drum head, the drum head vibrates more freely than a piece of wood, which makes sense. If you take like this head is loose. It's just plastic. This is an old head here. You can push down on it. It vibrates freely. These heads are tight so that they don't, like, sort of not loose like that, floppy, but they vibrate really freely, more freely than a wooden top, like on a guitar and mandolin. So banjos are super friggin' loud. But yeah, and a lot of it comes down to learning like how to get that sound out of your banjo too. Like it comes with practice. There's a few things that affect that. Let's see. Lena Kingsley says, thanks for making all these awesome banjo tutorials. Really helped me become more in tune with my banjo. Had it for 2 years and it's still lots of fun jamming. Yeah, you're welcome. I have fun making them. I've been meaning to put out a new video. It's been like almost a month since I did a banjo lesson, so I've been meaning to do one. I was thinking about doing one on improv. The more like talking head stuff I can do a lot quicker than the tabbed out stuff. If I'm doing a tutorial with tabs, it takes a while to do that. But as far as like conceptual technical stuff like improv and things like that, I could probably cover a little bit quicker. But the issue is you have to have like you have to have the tabs already memorized from other songs in order to do that. Let's see. 50/50 says, can I make a request? Well, go ahead. If I know it, I'll see if I can play it. 50/50. If your banjo has a really flat sound, you might check the tightness of your banjo head. You should be able to just, when you press down on it with your thumb like this at the bridge, you should be able to press it down just a little bit. I guess you should have a little bit of give to it, but it should be pretty firm. If it's soft and squishy, like if it's real squishy, then your head's too loose. A lot of banjos, they're not tight enough. Flint Hill Special in the key of B. I don't have D-tuners on this banjo. Otherwise, I would. I'm not going to be able to do that on this one because I don't have my D-tuners on it. And B's a bit of a funny chord to do that out of. That's the best I could do without the tuners. Can I play some of Jim Mills? Jim Mills. I don't really know. Like he does. I've heard him do hot corn, cold corn before, and he has like this really distinct way of like the way he plays. He bends that third string instead of doing a slide. So just like this old. Or like with Petticoat Junction, he does something like this. I don't know a whole lot of Jim Mills stuff. I mean, Jim Mills stuff is like Earl Scruggs, but he's a little harder on the strings. I mean, he absolutely is. He's hitting those strings like they stole from him. John Henry Blues. John Henry Blues is a different song than John Henry. I know that much, but I don't know John Henry Blues. That's not one that I've sat down and learned. I've never heard it. Like I know it's a different song. I take that back. I've heard it at some point, but I never committed it to memory. I don't know how it goes. But I was teaching a little John Henry. I was teaching a little bit of that today to one of my students. There's so many different ways. That's a good song for improv because it's not like a great song for improv. There's no like C's. There's not a wide variety of chords. But for a song that's in G, for the vast majority of the song, you can fit a lot of fill licks in there, and it covers a wide gamut of licks or a wide gamut of tonal range in one position. So like out of this first position here, you got the whole basic melody goes like this. And like you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it, right? Oh, messed up on there. How do I do that? Oh, no, that's... Let's see. Buddy Holly asked if I was able to figure that song out. I have not listened to it again since then, so I haven't been able to figure it out. I remember it seemed like it's in the key of B, playing out of the key of B, but I can't remember exactly what they're doing. They're in a first inversion position, walking downward, I think. But yeah, I haven't listened to it since then. Let's see. Dear Old Dixie. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Key of G. All right, let's do this here. I missed a lick. Let's go ahead and start that over. I kind of got off track there on that one part. I didn't come back to this. I kind of got off track. Something like that. Go like a C6 or something, C7. Let's see. Yeah, and the whole the Scruggs style stuff. Once you get the Scruggs style stuff down, it's not too hard. You just like there's a few there's all these licks and phrasings that you'll learn, right? So there's all these licks that say certain things, and once you figure out how to say those things, like this, for instance, right? The Cripple Creek roll, alternating roll, 2 to 3 on the 3rd string. That goes do. Right? So if I drop off that last note, that says do. There's other licks that say that. It goes this versus this. There's this. Oh no, there's this. Yeah, and there's like all these different ways to say that, or it's just like an open roll on a 2nd, 1st, and 5th string. They all those licks say do, rather than going do, they go do, which is a 3rd on the musical interval. So you can use that, and you learn all these different licks that say different things, but they each sound a little different, right? It's like how you have. Well, you have migrant holding facilities and internment camps, right? You call them 2 different things depending on who's president, and or cages or whatever. Depending on who's president, you call them something different, but they mean the same thing, right? And that's kind of what we're doing here. Is there's a little bit of nuance to each different lick, right? So versus this or this. They all say the same thing. You're just using different notes to say it. Let's see. But anyway, Scruggs style is like you got a few of those licks, right? You got all these different licks that say these different things, and you just make the banjo talk. You learn those licks, and you can play Scruggs style. It's not a super difficult style once you get down, but you got to start out learning songs and kind of figure those licks, and you kind of along the way figure out what they stand for. Let's see. Martin Kennedy says, my girlfriend told her the banjos. I miss her sometimes. Yeah. These are loud instruments. Careless Love. I have not heard Careless Love, so I don't know Careless Love. I probably, honestly, I probably have heard it at some point, but I just like I said, I don't remember how it goes. I don't want to look it up on stream because I'll get a copyright strike. So, and there's all these different ways of. I was talking about earlier. There's all these different ways of saying different things on the banjo that sound different, right? So, getting back to that 3rd from the root. This is the root. 3rd from the root. 5th from the root. Right. 1st, 3rd, 5th. So if you learn how to say those different things, that's like your first step to improv. If you can do those, you can do really basic improv. Like as far as backup. If you apply that, making the licks say that, you can come up with all these really cool ways of improvising songs or writing breaks to songs. So like I'm using my Bible for a roadmap. Don Reno, I learned how Don Reno played it. He does something like this. He goes. care much for that style. So I take the melody, do, do, do. Well, I'm using my Bible for a roadmap. The 12 disciples, they used it too. Something like that, right? So it's like... and you get something a little smoother. But that's just like the style I like to play. But you could also say the same thing with diatonic scales, right? So that's like I'm ending on like a major seventh, which has a lot of color to it. And you can maybe do like a... I don't know that a major seventh would work on that D, but maybe on a C. You know, you could do like a major seventh on that C and then walk up to a major seventh D, G. Like, that's all a bunch of nonsense. Bunch of nonsense there. Let's see here. What else we got? Careless Love. How about Reuben? Man of Constant Sorrow. Reuben's Train. Something in D tuning. That's a little Reuben. Then we'll do a little Man of Constant Sorrow. Yeah. Now, one thing I'll say as far as like playing in D tuning, Man of Constant Sorrow is a good example, right? And this is a good example of why it's important to understand. And I went years without knowing, right? I didn't know a third from a first from a fifth until about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. And I was able to improv all that before I knew all that. But I just, in my mind, it was, oh, that's a C from a G, or that's a B from a G, or that's a D from a G. And I always thought in terms of the chord, in terms of G chord, and then I transposed everything up or down, never how many frets I needed to go. And it's a much more concise way since I've learned to think of the music in terms of, first, thirds, fourths, fifths, sevenths. It's a much more concise way to think about music. And sort of it gives you a consistent way when you're in other keys to think about what sort of emotion you want to bring into the song, rather than thinking in terms of chords when you're in a foreign key and having to transpose things. So in detoning, like if I was going to do like Man of Constant Sorrow and detoning, it goes, well, I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen troubles all my days. So it's like it's a 5, and then a 3, da, 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 da. So it's like 5, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1. And then it goes to a 4th. Do, 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 do. Right, and there's that 5th. So it's like, I do something like this. Something like that. Probably comes something like that. And that's sort of like the melody of it. I'm much more familiar with it though because I played much more of G tuning. I can do that in like D major. Might do something like this. Sort of figure stuff out. That's once you start getting a little more complexity like that, it's hard to improv that stuff live. Let's see. Of course, G chord. That's like easy. Because it's just like, well, now I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen troubles all my day. I moved my bridge again. I gotta do something with this tailpiece, get a little more pressure on this bridge so it's not scooting around on me. There's all kinds of little fun things. You could do, if you don't mind coming off of the first string and playing on like the top 4 strings of the banjo and leaving out that first string for some parts, I would do something like this. Oh no, and you're gonna hear a lot of mistakes here because I'm just kind of riffing at this point. let's see here. There are good Ibanez B200s. 50/50 asked about good cheap banjos. I've been out of the banjo market in so long. Like I just got this one, but that's like, like I haven't looked at cheap banjos in a long time, so I don't know what the market looks like on them anymore. Honestly, I've heard the Epiphone 250 model banjos are really good. You can pick them up used for about $400 to $500. And I've heard they're good. They're walnut banjos. They're made in the RB250 style, which is a pretty solid style, a banjo. Let's see. Pony Express. Gosh, I'm out of. These are all these songs. I don't know. I don't know that I've heard. I don't know that I've heard Pony Express. That's. I would look it up, but I run the risk of like my stream getting a copyright strike. So I can't go playing music on the stream, like recordings of the music, because Google, it doesn't pick up like when I play the songs, but it will pick up if I play a recording of the song, just because like it's an exact match. Let's see. Nick 140 says licks Scruggs style major 70. Let's see, doing well about anything. I think I just, it's one of those things that as you learn, you get it. It speeds up. The more you learn, the faster you learn. Right. So, like starting out, like it was a huge struggle to just get the right string and hit the right string. So that's like where a lot of my energy went to. But once you get that down, it's like now you don't have to think about it anymore. If I want to hit a B, there's a B. If I want to hit a 5, there's a 5. 4, there's a 4. 1, there's a 1. Right. And so the fingers go wherever I want it to go. If I, like throw it a random picking pattern, 1, 5, 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, like that. And so you get to the point where your fingers go kind of wherever you want it to go. And it's just muscle memory. But yeah, so like all I say, like the faster you learn, or the more you learn, the faster you will learn, because you start to view the songs now not as like these individual licks, but as components and hand positions and things like that. So now there's less figuring out and calculation whenever you're learning, and it's more just making it sound like the record. So which the major seventh is not something that we use in bluegrass. That is not a bluegrass chord. That is a jazz chord. I love using major sevenths when I can because it adds a little bit of color and depth to the music. If I played on majors, like with Faded Love, it sounds like this. Like if I just played on the major chords, like a. Right, and that's just like using those chords. I'll try to mimic still a similar picking style, right? So if I do something like this, just on the major chords. Let's see. And that's Faded Love. If I do diatonic chords, I work with different inversions to bring in different colorings of those chords. Then you get something that sounds a little more nuanced. It still says the same thing, but with more nuance and more depth. So you get something that sounds more like this. Right. So I messed that up. Let's try a different diatonic chord on that. So I'm going like from a D, I'm going to a fifth. It goes do 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 do. So we're going to the A, that fifth from the root. Do 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 do. And we're not even catching a fifth anywhere in there. We're using the diatonic scales of the fifth. So I'm actually catching an E minor, a B, an E minor, an F flat minor, and a G. So if I wanted to be really let's try that here. So I could actually do like a major E minor. I could actually do an E major instead. And the E major works out pretty well. And that says A. That says A, even though I'm nowhere getting the A chord. I could also do that and make it an A7. But that makes it a major A7, I guess, catching the E. It's a major A7. It's a major A7, yeah. Not a major A7, an A7th major. Or an A major 7th. Oh, God, it's all friggin', yeah. Let's see. Martin Kenny asks, silly question. Maybe a silly question, he says. Why do they never place the fifth tuner on the pod instead of the neck? Seems like they could keep it away on the pod. Am I reading that right? You talking about the peg head? The reason why they put it on here is because the fifth string is higher. This is your high string, and in order to keep string tension down, they shorten the string, because obviously as you shorten the string, the pitch goes up, right? So if I fret up here on the 12th fret, the pitch goes up, but the tension on the string stays the same, like the physical tension. If you were to try to reach the same pitch with the string lower down the neck, say at the peg head, you'd have to pull so much tension on the string that would be, you either have to make the string so thin that it would break easily, or you would have so much tension on the neck, you'd run the risk, or so much tension on the string, you'd run the risk of breaking the string or damaging the neck. So we bring it up to the fifth fret. Let's see. Let's see. Do I know Lonesome Banjo? I do not know Lonesome Banjo. Fireball Mail. Fireball Mail, that's a good one. Let's have a little fun with it. Let's improv that a little bit. Kind of have a little bit of fun with it. Didn't do too much improv, but do something crazy with it. Could do something like that. All right. Can I play Foggy Mountain Breakdown? I can play Foggy Mountain Breakdown. I'll do a short version of it here because I need to catch up with the chat a little bit. Let's see. How much do I practice each day? If you want to play fast, let's see. How much do you practice each day? If you want to play faster, do you practice rolls over and over, repeat parts of the song? I just repeat parts of the song. Rolls are you know the alphabet where it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, right? Rolls are like part of the alphabet. The licks are, and like the rolls are like your basic words. Once you get those down, there's really no point in practicing them anymore, because other licks are going to bring those rolls into play, and you're going to use those in just a more advanced, more intricate way. So, really, I just play parts of songs. So, you just play them over and over, and that's really all it is to it. I've been working on this song, Big Sandy River. Goes something like this. I haven't practiced it in a long time, at least a couple of weeks, but it goes something like this. It goes like and there's this really difficult part up the neck where it goes something like that. And I've been practicing this over and over on repeat to get to this point. Right? It's like, see, I'm already messing up. So we're coming up there doing that. Have a C. And it's like when I was first playing that, I was doing this. I literally, like on this part right here, I was doing this. And I just do that over and over. Until you get to the point where you can play it fast. $50 says, very nice. Or I'll be proud. Well, thank you. Thank you. In backup Scruggs and melodic style up the neck. Let's see. In backup Scruggs and melodic style up the neck, you do it all the time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. they're talking about fretting the fifth string. Yeah. You fret the fifth string up the neck. So it depends on what you're doing, right? So melodic, especially, you're fretting that fifth string. Or at like in that Big Sandy River. So there's a fifth string fretted. But there's also in Scruggs style backup, you've got your sevenths, or you might have a sixth vamped, like comp. You might be comping on a sixth. Yeah, and I suppose you could do like a major seventh comp. You could do that, but you wouldn't be able to get your first string because there's just not enough separation between your octave root and the major seventh. I mean, I suppose you could. There's just a lot of tension in there. So if you drop that, even though you're still getting that root, which is like one note apart on the musical scale, there's an octave between it, so you've got some breathing room. But anyway, yeah, you use that all the time. Chromatics. You're using chromatics. Yeah, no. That's always a difficult one for me. I guess if you were in like an E minor, you do something like this. I've got small hands, so I have a hard time getting that fifth string. But Kelly stuff. Oh god, yeah. The or is that what's the other song? I've been working on Will Haas. It goes like this. Right. That's a difficult one right there. That's a difficult one right there. Mary Hatton says, I'm 61, love banjo, and bought a deer and good time too. What is your advice on learning to play? Please help. Man. First thing to do is learn some beginner songs that are going to build some good habits. So Banjo in the Hollow is a good beginner song. That is a song like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. You learn Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on the mandolin and on the fiddle or violin, whatever. And you learn that because it walks you up and down the scale a little bit, because those instruments are played on scale. Banjo is arpeggiated because we're playing with our fingers. We're doing 3 at a time. We arpeggiate along the melody line. Banjo in the hollow does that. All right, it goes. It's a little bit melodic, but it goes like this. And what it does is you're never fretting more than 2 strings at once, but it introduces you to common hand positions like this. Not super common in bluegrass, but it's really common in melodics. The C is super common in bluegrass. And the D, of course, is. Which, of course, if you're a beginner, you don't know what those chords are, right? But it introduces you to common hand positions that you will use frequently in other songs. And it introduces you to rolls. So it's forward rolls, backward rolls, and alternating rolls. All 3 of the roll types in one song that is short and it's not super intensive. It's more focused on getting that right hand action down, and the left hand action is just more familiarizing you with chords. And then you start getting into some other songs. After Banjo in the Hollow, I typically teach Cripple Creek. And then after Cripple Creek, I do Cumberland Gap. So, and Cumberland Gap is usually a pretty good little stretch for people, for beginners, but definitely like Banjo in the Hollow and Cripple Creek are good beginner songs. Big Spike Hammer. That's a song I haven't played forever, so let's see what we can do on that. Let's have some fun with it. Something like that. We'll do like a major. We'll do a minor 7. We'll do a minor E. Let's play on the melody line on the line break. I'm the best hammer slinger in this big section gate. Big Bill Johnson is my name. Big Bill Johnson is my name. They're in E minor. My name. Could maybe embellish that a little bit. I don't know. Jazz it up a little. It's okay to play a D7 instead of the full major D. Yeah, usually. Just depends, right? So, depends on how much color you're wanting to add to the music. And the tension you're wanting to build in the music. A lot of times it's beneficial to go into a major D and walk back to a 7. So we got like a D in our first inversion. We can walk back. There's a D major 7. And then we walk back to our D7, our dominant 7. like that. So we're taking that second string from the 3rd fret to the 1st fret. So we're walking down. This banjo's got a long scale length, so it's kind of tricky to get a full D7. You'll see me do that all the time when I'm getting ready to walk up to a G or a C. From a G, I'll go. Because it also positions you. It positions you in that first invert in the root position, almost, but you're just flat on your second and 3rd string. So yeah, that works. You can also take your D and walk up on a diatonic scale to a D7. So something like this. And that'll take you to a 7. And so that D7 is just a barred D on the 7th fret. And then we take that 3rd string down 2 frets because it's a root. A 7th is just the root down 2 frets. You can either do the octave root or the regular root. Or like this. So you might do something like this. Like that. But I like to do that. Like that. And you'll hear me do that all the time. I go. Let's see here. Yeah, 7's like they had color. They had your any of your I guess your augmented. I guess any of your non-standard, like non-triad chords add color to the music. So as you play like a G major, if we make a G6, it's almost got a dreamy sound to it. If I come up to a dominant 7th, it has like a tension to it. There's some edge to it there. If we take it to a major 7th, end up with something like this. That almost has like a mysterious sound to it. Whereas the major, of course, has that. And then we go all the way up to like a ninth. Do something like this. Banjo is not made to do a ninth. This is like... That's all in a G. So like the G ninth. Those all just had different colorings to the same chord. That's all G. You don't want to use them all at the same time. Like this wouldn't work well in Cabin in Carolina, for instance. Like I don't think it would. Like there's a cabin in the pines it doesn't really work very well. G major, of course, works well. It's very neutral. There's a cabin in the pines or we can maybe do like a 6 if we walk up to a 7. There's a cabin in the pines because we're walking up to a C. There's a cabin in the pines in the hills of Carolina. That's all like once you get into composition and stuff. That's a little bit above. Like if you're a beginner or you're intermediate, that's really more like advanced. You start getting into that sort of stuff. Let's see here. Try to learn Cripple Creek. Cripple Creek's a good beginner song. sure I'm caught up here with the comments here. Barry Hatman, I would recommend you learn to position your right hand. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, that's all good advice. It's all good advice. What string gauge do I use and what type of material? Nickel. I use nickel. Nickel strings or nickel wound. The strings, the cores are always steel. The unwound strings are always steel. But the core, I use nickel wound strings. And I use light gauge strings, though I've been tempted to switch over to medium to get a little bit more of a beefy sound out of it. What kind of picks do I use? The ones that came with the Banjo are plastic. Okay, yeah, you definitely need to get some metal finger picks. The thumb pick I use is plastic. It's important you get one that fits well. Get one that fits pretty snug for your thumb pick. And if you do that, then you'll probably be pretty well to go and it'll fit all right. But make sure it's pretty snug because the plastic relaxes a little bit as you use it, and it'll open up a little bit and it'll loosen up and it'll fit your thumb just right if you get it tight when it's new. For the finger picks, I use Ernie Ball picky picks. I'm not going to recommend these picks necessarily. I use them and I like them, but they're also a bit of a specialty pick. If you were to hand me a regular set of banjo picks, like the ones that are rounded on the tips, you would think I was a novice banjo player, probably for about a week. It would take me a while to adjust to them just because the attack on the strings is different. And I get real, my picking almost becomes clubby. So where I'm so used to picking with this style is just what I pick with. But metal finger picks of any type. I also find these more comfortable because they're not, the metal ones, they seems like on the bands, they always scoop them up like that and they dig into my skin, whereas these are super comfortable and they're a nice lightweight metal and they don't bite in super hard. Let's see. 50-50 says, I'm afraid I have to go. Hope that all goes well with your picking. Until we meet again. Hey, thanks for hanging out, 50-50. Good talking to you. All right. So I've been looking at doing some Sally Gooden. Here, let's do this. Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Circle blah, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. He says it's harder. He or she says it's harder for me to hit the third string with my index finger with the same power as the second from the bottom. That's all just going to come with practice. 99% of the problems that people I'm not doing this or that or whatever, and I'm having this problem getting intonation right. I'm muting strings whenever I fret them. I'm not getting a real good, sound of the bench or whatever. A lot of that's like 99% practice. Like the answer to 99% of these problems is just practice. If you're doing something wrong, obviously it's like not good, right? It's not good to practice something wrong. Perfect practice makes perfect. But as far as there's really not much you can get wrong as far as getting sound out, like picking these strings. Yeah, so you just sort of, I don't know what to tell you besides you just gotta practice. You gotta practice a lot, and eventually it'll come. One of the things when I played music, at first, I played probably for 3 and 4 hours a day, and I've been playing for 17 years. I started playing when I was a teenager. Actually, before I was a teenager, when I was 12. I started playing when I was 12, and I would play. I didn't play video games or anything, or very little. It wasn't until later in my childhood, until I was like a late teen, that I actually even had a video game console or anything like that. So I just played banjo all day. So. use blue chip. I never really got into the whole. I never got into the whole boutique pick sort of thing. As long as you got picks, it works. I use the cheapest strings I can find. I use the cheapest picks I can find that, are whatever I need to do, whatever I need them to do. There's a lot of people that have like gear acquisition syndrome. You get on, like Banjo Hangout, and some of these guys are like, yeah, I've got this banjo that I paid, $50,000 for. It's a 1936 RB3 tenor banjo conversion. And I'm like, geez, God. Like, I hope you can play that thing. You give a person like a cheap instrument, and if they're skilled with it, they'll still do well with it. I played for a long time not on RB. I played for a long time on a Fender banjo. For a long time. I say a long time. Not really. It feels like a long time. When I was young, it felt like a long time. Like 2 years I played on a Fender banjo. And like I played shows with it and performed with it. And it's a good banjo. It's not like this banjo is better. This Recording King is, but not by that much. Well, actually, it is better by that much, but it was a good banjo. Or I wouldn't hesitate to play on it today, play a show with it. Road to Columbus. Road to Columbus, Mortis. Is that how you pronounce it? Oh, Moritz Angle. Road to Columbus. I've been wanting to learn the whole Pekelny version. He does this whole he's doing something like this, I guess. How was he doing? He's doing something. Yeah, he's doing something like this. I don't know. I haven't actually learned how he does that, so I'm just kind of going off memory from what I've heard. But I do something like this, right? Just sort of like going on the melody, improvising on the melody. Something like this. That was not a good lick there. That's chromatic. I would do something like a little more melodic. Do 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 do. All right. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're figuring this out. Let's see. Oh, Pablo, there's this, it goes like this. It goes, Flint Hill Special. It goes like this, and it goes like. So we're going from a root to a first inversion right there. So the high G. So it's like. then we go up to the octave root. Like that, and we tune the third string down. Man, Road to Columbus. I'm not that's got me excited. I need to work on that. Let's see. Yeah, to give you like an idea, I'm 5'9". I wear a medium thumb pick, which of course, like everyone's hand's a little bit different. I have piano fingers. I wear a medium. It's better to be a little tight than large. I'll say that because if it's large, if you find it spinning around on you, then it's way too large. So like thumb picks are not expensive. They're like 50 cents, maybe $1 a piece now. I buy them in bulk where I know what size I want. And they last me a pretty good while, but just like get a bunch of different sizes and try them out. And if you find that it starts twisting on you, try the next size down. Let's see. A lead intro from G to E minor to C, then back to D. Like. That's like Smoky Mountain Memories, I think it is. Like Smoky Mountain Memories. That's a D7. That's not very good. That was not very good. I'll fly away. Let's see it here. So that one is a good simple song. So it goes like it goes do 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 do. So it goes. All right, so that's the melody line. And so we play on the melody line. So we're going to do something like this. So it's like alternating roll, Cripple Creek roll. And so that's a pretty beginner, like a basic way of playing it. I'd probably do something like this. Like if I was going to play it myself, right? I'd be like. I don't do a high break on that. Like, do something like a bar chord. I'd come up here. I know you get like a root. Yeah, come down to a C. I have been playing for 17 years. Yeah, Foggy Mountain Breakdown is like Stairway to Heaven. How's it go? How do they do that? Just do. I can't remember the chord progression to it. I used to could play it. Oh, we're in a. What's my history with the banjo? Michelle V22 asks. Well, I started playing banjo at 12 years old. On the way to church, my dad decided he wanted me to start playing in the church group, and they played like guitar and stuff. So he figured a banjo would fit in there. I smarted off to him. I said he couldn't make me play banjo, and he didn't make me play banjo, but he said that if I was in the house or not doing anything active and like productive, if I was just sitting around, I had to have a banjo in my lap at least. I had to have it in my lap, and I started strumming on it, and eventually I took an interest in it, and I taught myself. We had an Earl Scruggs banjo book that my dad tried to learn banjo years earlier, and I learned from that and got some DVDs, Murphy Method DVDs, and from there, just started learning from tablatures and stuff I found online. So, yeah, that's like my history. Played all kinds of crazy different types of music, right? Everything from bluegrass, melodic stuff, anything to that, rock. A little bit of like I don't know, Paint It Black. So yeah, I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see those girls walk by dressed. How's it go? I see those girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. All kinds of fun stuff like that. Clinch Mountain Backstep. Let's see here. So that's like Ralph Stanley style. Kind of change things up a little bit, maybe do some improvisation on it. I say improvisation, like I've improv the song so much that I sort of have a way that I play the song. But every time it's a little bit different. I don't have like a set way that I play it. It's like do something like this. Oh man, I went way too far from that. Probably need to do something like this, something like that. That open fifth string, you can return to that root. How's that song Eastbound and Down go? It goes, eastbound down, roll it up and truck it. We gonna do what they say can't be done. I listened to that song a lot. Never really played it. It goes, do, roll it up and truck it. We gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short way to get there. I'm eastbound, do. All right, so that's just like a G, C, G, D. That's a 1-4-1-5. Goes eastbound down, roll it up, and they're going to C7. Roll it up and truck it. We gonna say what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch your bandit run. So we go to D7 there. Run. Ooh, let's see. How would I do that? Eastbound down, roll it up and truck it. We gonna say it, they don't know what they say can't be done. All right, so here. Yeah, we're figuring it out. Yeah, we're figuring it out. Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit difficult, just the way the chord progression, like where they change on the chord. It's eastbound down, rolling up and roll it up and something like it. We gonna do what they say can't be done. Done. We're gonna D major. Done. Done. Yeah, something. I don't know. It's I got the chords. Got the chords, and I was like do 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 do. Definitely a D7 on that end. Da, 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 just watch old bandit run. Definitely a D7 on that. How do you know what pattern picking to do for different songs? It's just like a bunch of licks. You just like learn all these. You have like this big basket of licks that say certain things, right? So I can do something like this, a lick like that, or I can do something like this, or I can do something like this. And it's like they're all like the same thing, or I can accentuate. You can tag onto it. And it's like you got all these little licks just like string together. Let's see here. What's the secret to recording a banjo? It always seems to drown everything out. Just step away from the mic. If you're recording, let whoever's doing the mixing handle it. If you're playing a live show, step away from the mic. When you're playing a live show and you've got individual mics, the person who is setting up the sound is not mixing the music as you play, because they do not know what you want to sound and come through and what not to. So what they do is they set the mic to where everything is good middle of the road, where you can hear everything when you're right in it. And when you're not playing lead, you step away. And that's the key to doing it live. When you're recording, you always want to have the microphone somewhere in this area, maybe. I don't know. I like a banjo recorded a little more towards the fretboard myself, like a little bit up here. Just depends on what sound you get. Dual mic, if you're doing solo recording, dual micing is like by far the best. It gives you the cleanest, most pristine sound to have a mic here and a mic here at like the 12th fret and the bridge. And you get like this really, you can hear the strings in your left ear and your picks in the right ear, the scratch of the picks, and it's really immersive. Let's see here. Sally Ann, Timberland Gap. Let's see. Can I play a song with the capo? I can play a song with the capo. Blackjack. I should know that song. Is that the one that goes do 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 do? It goes like F. Gosh, I want to look it up. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up on my phone. I'm just gonna keep it quiet so it doesn't like trigger like a copyright flag. I'm gonna look that up because I should know that. I know that's a J.D. Crowe song. Like I've just listened to Scruggs so much that it's just like I should be ashamed of myself. Because like once I learned Scruggs style stuff, like Scruggs style is so close to the Crow stuff and the other pickers that I just never really bothered like expanding out because I went on over to like melodics and other stuff. Let's see, Blackjack, J.D. Crowe. Let me turn the volume down on this. I'm gonna listen to it. Blackjack, okay. Oh, I got an ad playing. Let's see. We'll listen to this. Oh, there is an E minor. All right. Let me back this up. Yeah, that's the one with the F. All right. I think there's a B part to this, isn't there? No, there's not a B part. It's just that. That's the chord progression. That's a simple song. All right. So it's just like G, F, C, G, and then to a D. We've got sort of we've got a 2-bar D, and then back to a G. So it's like. the capo. Because I think he was doing that in the key of B, actually. It sounds like B. He's up pretty high on that. So here's what capo does. Capo brings the overall pitch of the instrument up. Right, so he does this. He goes. So that's it. And the reason I know it's like really weird. These songs like this, a lot of those older songs, because they're so basic, they use a lot of these same licks. So it's like you've just got like a pinch, followed by every banjo player is going to know that, and then you go, there's that forward roll, and then we're just pinching on that hammer on, and then we just are walking on a sixth. Then we go to a G, forward roll and G, or a forward roll followed by backward roll, and there's that alternating roll to a C, slide up to a C, and then we go back to a D, not a D chord, but a fifth from the root in the G. Walk down to a D, and that's like, if you can improv a song, then you can also hear a song. As long as the song is like the break is pretty basic, you can hear it. You should play it pretty well note for note. So if I was going to improv, I'd do something like this. Let's see. I lost my place there. What do I do there? So we're in a B7, and then we're going to a fourth from that. So that'd be an E. Jazz it up a little bit. Let's do some chromatic. Oh. Oh. Something like that. Do something like this. Do something like that. That's got a nice chord percussion. As long as you know that melody line, you can follow it pretty well. Oh, let's see what we can do here. All right, we're going there. We're in the C. Come down to a C, like that. All right, that's enough. I'm showing off.
I already played Ruben earlier. I got out of detuning not too long ago. So, or I shouldn't say not too long ago. It was a little while back. But no, when half the stuff you guys see me playing is just like I'm just, it's I don't know. I sort of you get to the point where you can BS your way through stuff. So I'm messing up all the time. Like I am messing up all the time on this. There you go. Yeah, I'm using a cradle capo. It's a Page brand. It's a ukulele capo. I like a ukulele capo because at least with the cradle tops, the banjo capos are a little too small, and you can't capo them past the 4th fret. I like to be able to capo up. I've never capoed up to the 5th fret on this banjo, so we're going to see if the 5th string is positioned to where I can. And looks like I can. But that's why I like having a ukulele capo. It's just a little bit bigger. So if I was going to do something like rawhide, where it's like. Well, it's a little bit fast to do single string picking. That's a. Oh, poor Ellen Smith. And that's like played on the melody. So I'm just playing on the. No, poor Ellen Smith, how she was found, shot through the heart, lying cold on the ground. Like a high break, I'm in C, so this is like a little bit. I usually don't play much in C, so this is a little bit. We'll see what I can do here. The problem with capoing up once you get from C is like you don't really have a whole lot above your octave rate. Like that's the highest you can get. So something like this, like. Smith, how she was found, shot through the heart, lying I'm cold on the ground. I can't remember all the words to it. That's a good song, though. I should learn to sing that. How does that go? Poor Ellen Smith. I'm not able to view the chat right now because I'm looking at the. Because her body was mangled and all cast around. Blood marks the spot where poor Ellen was found. They picked up her body and carried it away. Now she's sleeping in some lonesome old grave. Who had the heart and who had the brain to shoot little darling so cold and so cold, lonesome plain? That's a good song. That's a good song. Let's see. Sunny side of the mountain. I need to get out of sea eventually. I'll put it on here. Forget about the days we couldn't many years ago. Don't forget all the promises you gave me and so. It's been so long since I've seen you, but my love still lingers on. Don't forget me, little darling. Though our love fair seems gone. Let's see. Gosh almighty. Y'all are bringing out some good songs. That's good. That's good. Those are all songs I don't play enough. I need to do this more often. Will the banjo and ukulele capo stay on top of the yes. The banjo and ukulele capo both will stay on top of the banjo. To get it about the 5th fret, you have to undo the cradle capo. You have to there's a little latch. You have to unlatch it, but besides that, it's. But when it's like for the first 4 frets, you just loosen it up and it slides right down. Daryl says, "Play Cripple Creek." And so that's like basically it. And there's like a few intros on it. So those are like the variations. And there's that cool backup Earl Scruggs does, like. Back into the lead. Okay. Let's see. Old Home Place. Michelle says. Old Home Place. That's a good song. There's the traditional way of playing that. A lot of people use a bar chord B, and I think that's like really understating the B. I think it like doesn't do enough for it, and it's kind of plain. I'm not a big fan of bar chords by themselves,
But the traditional way of playing, it's like. I shouldn't say it understates the B, but it's more like it's, that's a third. It understates that major third. I think it just that it doesn't blend it doesn't meld with the rest of the song. If we make it a seventh, that works pretty well. I like to do a B7 back here on the first 3 bomb strings. So first fret on the first string, second fret on the third. And I switch rolls, alternate rolls. I don't do an alternating roll, but alternate between forward and backward rolls. And of course, there's like the whole backwards, like, what have I done to the old home place? Why did it tear it down? And why did I leave that plow in the field and look for a job in the town? I totally lost my place there. But yeah, that's another good. Getting a little out there on that. Getting a little out there. How's that go? Dennis, back in Mass. How long did it backrooms? All right, yeah. Dennis asked, how long did it take for you to get to normal speed? Like on like one song, like it probably took me a few weeks, when I was first starting out. Like once, like it really what's going on is like your speed doesn't increase overall. Your speed just increases with each song that you practice and you get better at. And once you learn the song, your speed gets better. You get to a point where you learn songs very quickly, though, so your speed comes up on songs very quickly. And that's where like the improv and stuff comes in. You just start making stuff up and pulling stuff out of your hat. What kind of banjo is that? Sounds really good, Daryl says. This is a Recording King. I actually just got this. I've been playing a Gibson Earl Scruggs model. I got this. I want something a little bit different. This banjo is it's a Haas. I like it a lot. For solo picking, I think it's better than the Gibson. But the Gibson just absolutely screams in a mix. Like, I mean, it screams. Every note just pops. But this one's like real mellow, and it's a lot of fun to solo play and do like, sort of pretty intricate picking with. Ernest T. Grass. I do not know Ernest T. Grass. Let's see. How long do you have to play that? Get those marks on the head. You talking about this? You'll if you play regularly. If you play regularly, you'll get one. You'll get this. Like you'll start to get a hole probably in it, or in it after about 4 or 5 months, maybe 6 months. But that's not, for me, it's not like a goal. It's representative of the time that I put into it. What's a good banjo for an intermediate player? I've heard a lot of good things about the Recording King RK35 and RK36, which is basically this banjo but without the spiffy neck. It's the same banjo, probably going to have a similar tone to it. Good banjos. I think Jim Pankey plays an RK35 a lot in his videos. He has other banjos. He has a Stelling I know of, but he plays that RK35. I think just, as sort of like to show that, like, hey, an intermediate banjo, like a $900 banjo, is like, good enough. And you could certainly record with one, I would think. That time. Let's see here. Fiddle tunes. Okay. I cannot claw hammer. Let's see what we got here. Fiddle tunes. Of course, there's like your Turkey in the Straw. You guys have heard me play that before. So there's like that. There's Little Devil's Dream. A little bit of that. And of course, there's like your Sally Gooden in Bluegrass style. I'm going to have to look at my banjo neck. Let's see here. Deering Deluxe is a good step up. Deering banjos are good banjos. They tend to they're a definitely Deering is a premium banjo. Deering made I would say Deering made for as far as like in total, I would say Deering has made more good banjos than Gibson. Gibson had some pretty bad years. Deering makes good banjos. They're pricey for what they are. You're going to pay a little more for a good banjo if it's a Deering than with other banjos, but they're very good banjos, and you're getting a really good banjo with it. So that being said, yeah, let's see. Dennis says he plays Recording King Dirty 30. Yeah. I believe, let's see, that's the open back, I believe, isn't it? That open back gives you like hollow, thumpy sound. Let's see. Randy Smith says Earl has a way with you. I don't know. I play some Earl stuff. I used to play Earl all the time. That used to be all I played was Earl Scruggs. Moritz, good for you to stick around. You're probably already gone by now, but take care. If you are here, take care, and I will see you later. Let's see. What do you think of the Ohm banjos? I love the North Star, no tone range. So warm sound. I have not played the Ohm banjos. I have not played them any, so I really don't know anything about them. But I know they're a really popular brand, so they must be pretty good. The whole picks, like playing with picks, ultimately, if you're going to play banjo to get any speed, you're going to have to do picks. Like if I played without picks, it just, for me, I have a hard time playing without picks, where I played with picks for long, but it's like, there's not a lot of definition between sounds. And so you end up losing a lot of definition. The defining sound of a banjo is it pops when you play. At least with bluegrass banjo, it pops. So it's picks make a big difference. I mean, a big difference. So it's worth learning. It's worth learning to use them. Plectrum. Martin Kenny says he has an old Ohm plectrum. Those are cool. The plectrums are basically the same as the 5-string, except they're just missing the 5-string. Same scale length, I believe. I believe it's what? C, D, or they're tuned first through fourth. It's D, B, G, C. Let's see here. Okay, let me try and catch up with these comments. Henry Walsh, do you have any tips on long reaches over the fretboard? I have short fingers. Man, just do it. Just do it. That's all I can say. There's that one song, The World is Waiting on Sunrise. I'm supposed to be practicing. There's that one part that originally, well, they do it in C tuning, but I do it in G tuning, so I have to reach further. But I was doing stretches like this. Like a... something like that, but I ended up switching it to a roll like this. Let's see here, but yeah, just man, you got like a lot big reaches on it. You just got to practice, and you'll get hand strength. Yeah, I would get some fresh picks, and they'll probably sound better too. As if they get old and they've not been used a lot, they get rust on them and stuff, and they kind of get scratchy on the strings. Fresh picks. And new ones will kind of have a little bit of scratchiness too. It takes a few songs or a few hours, like an hour of playing before they really smooth out and get a good sound to them. But yeah, I would definitely invest in a good pair. Dennis asks, RK35 or RK75? Well, this is an RK75. As far as I know, the RK35 is like the same banjo, but just a different neck. Like the pot assembly is all the same. So, and the mahogany, they're using mahogany necks in both of them. What you're paying for with the 75 is like bells and whistles. You get a nice mahogany veneer on the back with the double concentric rings on the binding. And you get a nitrocellulose finish rather than a poly finish. and you get a double cut peg head with sort of more premium pearl inlays put into the neck. So it's really most everything's going on in the neck. It's mostly just visual stuff. So if you're okay saving $700 or $800 to not have fancy inlays, and you just go with RK35. What's my opinion on Irish tenor? I've never played an Irish tenor banjo. I don't know really anything about tenor banjo. I can do some chords and stuff. Of course, I'm doing them in G setting, so these aren't actual tenor banjo chords, but. They love A sharp in that jazz scene, so. But yeah. Let's do a little bit of that. The World is Waiting on Sunrise again here. Trying to practice that. Okay. What does it mean when people say in the key of G? I just tuned the banjo and follow the tab video. So, banjo is tuned to open G. So that's the tuning for the banjo. If someone says it's in the key of A, then you need to either get into A tuning or play out of an A root scale. So usually we use the capo. That brings like 2 frets up is A, 4 frets is B, 5 frets is C, and so you capo up to that. But like I teach everything basically out of the key of G because I assume most people learning these songs do not have capos, and that is, one thing. I mean, if some of the songs you should maybe have a capo, and if it's a song that you should have a capo, like you should definitely be intermediate and you should have a capo, then I will go ahead and capo up. But most of my songs are doing G because I assume people that are learning them may not have a capo yet.
Dennis, good to hang out with you. Take care. Randy, same for you. Take care. All right. Well, I think, let's see here. I might do one more. Fastest song I know. Well, any song can be played fast. Fast isn't always better though, right? I mean, you can play like if you really get loosey goosey with it. I mean, you can get so fast that you completely lose the melody, right? So like you're like, and it's like that's too fast. But like I would say like the most technically close to the most technically intricate song I know would be like Eager and Anxious. It's a good bluegrassy song. I messed up on that. So there's this one part that I used to do like this. Well, I actually like to catch a full chord better. I don't know if Bela Fleck does, but I like it better with the full chord. Because we're doing like that B major. And then we go to E minor. And then we go to the A. But let's see here. I'm going to answer a few questions, and I'm going to hop off here. Do I do pull-offs up or down? I just do whatever is sort of like convenient. So there are times that I'll do. I usually do pull-offs up. Sometimes I'll do up, sometimes down. I mean, I'm not like flipping off the string. I'm not going, because you'll hit the string above it if you flip up. I just sort of like put some tension and then pull off. It's like it's barely up. Sometimes I'll go down. Like if I'm doing out of a C position, when this is the highest finger, it's easier for me to pull down like that than it is to push up. But with the pinky, I don't know why I push up with that. You know, like chugging the corn. I usually I choke up, I guess, typically. I'll choke down too. Just depends on if I'm choking or anything like that. If I'm on the fourth string, I'm always pulling down. I don't pull up because you run the risk of taking that string off the fretboard, and that doesn't sound very good. So it just depends is the answer. Let's see what else we got here. Thanks, man. Let's see. Nice having you on here. Bless. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Daryl says, fastest song I heard is Shuckin' the Corn. Shuckin' the Corn's a good song. That's a barn burner right there. Where did I get the cradle capo? I ordered mine from, I believe it was First Quality Music, but I got this capo about 20 years ago. Not 20 years ago. Gosh almighty. I got it about 15 years ago. I got it, for First Quality Music, I think. I think I ordered it in a set of strings. And I got it from First Quality Music, I think was where I got it from. That was back in the day when you'd write a check and you'd fill out a form out of a letter, or you'd print out a form and you'd mail in a check, and then a month later you get your package. That's times have changed. Times have changed. Maybe Amazon was around 15 years ago. I guess it was, but I didn't know it existed. But yeah, so I think I got it from First Quality Music. It used to have a black sleeve on it, and I just took a piece of rubber hose because it wore out, and I put a piece of rubber hose on it, and that's held up pretty well when I replaced it. Let's see here. What type of tractor do I drive to work? I wish I had a tractor. I'm just kidding. I don't have enough land for a tractor. I drive an old, beat up 20-year-old Chevy Lumina. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in and everything. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. All right, y'all take care. Later.